1. Now, match of the day.
Welcome to Torquay. Those lovely people from Yeovil are here for the weekend. Something to do with this cup thing or other. Hotels and hoteliers of varying standard form the backbone of Torquay's English Riviera reputation. This part of Devon is an ever popular tourist destination, but it's the town's football club that's centre stage today. We're minutes away from kick-off here at Plainmoor. Draw for the second round of the Cup is 2 hours away. But ahead of this Torquay-Yeovil tie, will it be a case of the football boot being on the other foot?
Cup fever grips Britain and Somerset finds itself centre of the footballing world.
As a non-league club, it was Yeovil who were the giant killers. They used to knock Football League clubs out of the competition.
And with a quick turn, skipper Alex Dock slams it in.
In fact, they hold the record. 20 league clubs fell to Yeovil during their non-league days. That stands as an FA Cup record. But the Glovers, as they're known, now play in the third tier of English football. Yeovil have arrived here with expectation on their shoulders. It was a huge shock for Torquay when they were relegated out of the Football League at the end of last season. But they've dusted themselves down. They stand second in the Blue Square Premier League, formerly the Conference. And they're determined to upset the odds this afternoon. 33 league places between the two clubs. Leroy Rossignol, former Torquay managers, alongside Mark Lawrenson. See this English Riviera and he's got a coat on, eh? What will decide this cup tie, Leroy?
I think that Torquay have got a couple of lads up front in Benyon and Zabrowski, been very bright, scored a lot of goals. And Terry Skivett and the captain of Yeovil has got to be strong today. They're on the end of a giant killing today. They're usually on the other side of it. And he's got to stand up tall, and he has done in recent years for them.
Yeah, boots on the other foot, isn't it?
Yeah, I think if you're Yeovil, Ray, I think very much about attitude, about the fact that you're the league team, but you're going to come here, you're going to have to scrap. I think there's no doubt about that. And we've been here for most of the day, and as you know, there's a feeling that even though this club's dropped down a division, gone to non-league, they're very much on the up. They're very, very buoyant, and I think they quite fancy themselves as well. Yeah,
the gulf between League Two and what used to be the Conference, Blue Square Premier now. How do you see that, Leroy?
Well, I don't think there is much one, right, to be honest. They put a lot into Torquay United. I've come down, I haven't been down there for a couple of years, and the whole place has changed. The setup is so much better than when I was here, when it was in League Two and League One. And they're happy to be in the Conference at the moment because they're riding high. So there's not a lot of difference, and certainly in the quality of players, I don't think there's a big gap either.
Terrific these occasions, aren't they? Whenever you come to first round matches, the entire community get behind their team.
Well, they do, and the thing about, from our point of view, it's warts and all as well, in terms of both on and off the pitch. And when you look, and we saw the results last night, but you look at some of the fixtures and you look at the grounds. I mean, it's a lovely little ground. The pitches are now fantastic. Remember the days of 10-15 years ago, the pitches were awful, so there are absolutely no excuses. But you do feel with Torquay that everything's now on the up, whereas in the past few years it's been down. They've gone as far as it can go, and they're coming back now.
Do you think in these sort of games how you start is more important than ever, so just to set the momentum and attitude?
Yep, first 20 minutes is going to be vital, especially for Torquay. I think Yeovil, with Russell Slade, very experienced manager. Paul Buckle hasn't been in this situation, so he'll want his players to start off quickly, to put the onus on Yeovil to defend. If they get a couple of chances just to settle them down, get a good touch of the ball, it's very important with non-league clubs, and it'll set a tone for the rest of the game.
Right, alongside this cup tie, of course, we'll be keeping a close eye on all the other games that are being played this afternoon. 6 in all in the Barclays Premier League. One result already in. Aston Villa have beaten Birmingham by 2-1. Gabriel Agbon-Lahore got the winning goal late on. Bolton playing Middlesbrough 0-0 in that game. Into the second half at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 0, Everton 0, Manchester United 0, Blackburn Rovers 0. Portsmouth against Manchester City kicks off at 4 o'clock. Spurs have just taken the lead against Wigan. Jermaine Genius with the goal scorer early in the game, and Hearts are ahead at home to Aberdeen. That's Andrew Driver. We'll keep you right up to date with all the latest scores in all those matches over the course of this afternoon. We're all set for the Torquay Yeovil FA Cup tie. Up at the commentary gantry. Good afternoon, Mark Bright and Steve Wilson.
Good afternoon, Ray. And the sun is coming out just as the teams come out, which is a very pleasant sight after a rainy lunchtime in Torquay. A real role reversal here. Torquay in yellow playing outside the Football League for the first time in 80 years this season, and Yeovil in green and white hoops, great giant killers of yesteryear, now enjoying their 4th season in the Football League. 70 miles separate the two, but both sides of this coin will tell you that this is a derby, and it has that kind of atmosphere about it too. Torquay United, the home side, are without their captain Steve Woods and striker Lee Phillips. Both are injured, but Zabrowski and Sills have 10 goals each already this season. And look out for number 19, Danny Stevens, on the right of midfield. They absolutely love him here, all 5'1" of him. Yeovil have Marcus Stewart back from a hamstring injury to start. You'll probably remember him as an Ipswich and Sunderland striker. Well, he plays a little deeper these days. Lee Peltier, who's played in the Champions League for Liverpool last season, is on loan from Anfield and has recovered from an ankle injury to start today. Much of the talk this week has been about a player on the bench for Torquay, number 18, Ishmael Welsh, who is on loan at Torquay from Yeovil. No rule in the FA Cup to prevent him from playing. The clubs have been negotiating long and hard over whether he should appear today. Yeovil did not want him to, but there he is amongst the substitutes for Torquay United today. You just wonder if the fate would decree that he will come on and play a big part to help Torquay through and knock out the club that actually owns him. It is one of those things that would seem to be written in the stars. We shall see. Well, if Marcus Stewart would turn round, you'd see the most familiar face on show here today. There he is, a fantastic goal-scoring career with Ipswich Town in particular when they finished 3rd in the Premiership, played in the UEFA Cup with George Burley in charge, and in those days was not so very far away from an England call-up either. And there is Zabrowski, who is another player on loan. He is on loan from Millwall to Torquay. 10 goals this season. He's a real force down the right-hand side for Torquay. Well, it's very important that today, of all days, a minute's silence should be observed at Plainmoor to remember those who have fallen in service of this country. And moving stillness over Plainmoor, observed by young and old. Mark Bright alongside me in the commentary position at Plainmoor. Mark, the pitch looks terrific, the atmosphere is excellent, even the sun has come out in the English Riviera, and great excitement in this part of the world about this cup tie. There's Andy Penn, the referee, but this has all the makings of a memorable afternoon, I think.
We hope so, that's for sure. We've been here since early morning, as you quite rightly said. The atmosphere's been building, and it's just nice when everybody knows they're going to appear on the TV, and it's the FA Cup.
It's Yeovil in green and white from left to right. Torquay, the home side, all in yellow, will get us off and running just as soon as Andy Penn, the referee, blows his whistle. And here we go. Some great cup ties yesterday. Staines getting a draw at Stockport. Horsham through from the Ryman's Premier. Chasetown through as well. Who will go through from this West Country battle, Torquay or Yeovil? Terrell Forbes with the long ball downfield for Yeovil. Mark Ellis with the good header from the centre of the Torquay defence. This is James Walker for Yeovil. And it's a throw to the visitors. This is Nathan Jones. And here's Walker. Striker on loan from Charlton, thought he should have a free kick, and the referee agreed with him. This is a good position for Yeovil.
Yeah, just being held back there. What you say is that's a cheap foul to give away. Just really work hard, keep your hands down, and don't concede an early free kick. And that's exactly what they've done. Put the team under the pressure now at the back.
And Yeovil have 7 inside the Torquay penalty area here for the free kick, which was well delivered. Cleared away by Zabrowski. Back in by Nathan Jones. This is Terrell Forbes. And Mildenhall, the Yeovil goalkeeper, might think about getting a cap. Suddenly the sun is shining full into his face. It's Torquay's throw. Chris Robertson to take. Torquay got the decision. There's the manager, Paul Buckle. Came here from Exeter in the summer and only had 4 players when he arrived at Plainmoor. Complete new broom through this club since relegation out of the Football League. New consortium in charge, new chairman, Colin Lee is the chief executive, new manager, and virtually a whole new squad of players too. Lloyd Owusu for Yeovil. There's Danny Stevens. Kept out by Forbes. Scott Guyot here at the back for Yeovil. Walker kept it in play well. And wins the throw. Left wing back today, Nathan Jones. Russell Slade has slightly tweaked his formation from a 4-4-2 to a 3-5-2. And it's Nathan Jones with the throw. Good flick on. Oh, Walker was at the near post. That looked painful. This is Scott Guyot. Fell really nastily, didn't he? He's not moving too much, Mark.
Winded, I think. Well, that's the last thing you need, isn't it, the first few moments?
Has he put his shoulder
away?
out? Do you think he's put his shoulder out?
Let's see. Gear there. Obviously, he's wins the ball, and sometimes, oh, he's fell onto his left arm, hasn't he?
Yeah.
twist round. Comes down
It's
quite
a
awkwardly.
very nasty fall.
Yeah.
Well, if it's a dislocated shoulder, it's an injury which Mark Lawrenson knows all about, having suffered one repeatedly in his later years at Liverpool. Well, Guyatt is back on his feet. That's Russell Slade, manager of Yeovil, who was courted over the last couple of weeks by Millwall, actually. Kenny Jackett now in charge at Millwall. Guyatt back on. We're back on in a moment. Marcus Stewart forward. Lloyd Owusu. Owusu, another player with a long and good goal-scoring record down the divisions. That's nice. This is Zabrowski for Torquay. Opens up for him, hit it early. Oh, and they delayed making the clearance. In the end, Terrell Forbes is here for Yeovil. Good chance for Zabrowski. Well hit as well. They've got a throw. Nicholson to take. Decent delivery. Hargreaves rose at the back post, didn't reach it. Danny Stevens here. Corner.
Good pressure from their own team. I thought Zabrowski had a real opportunity just a few moments ago. As I said, he took it early. Maybe another touch and get himself in the box.
Nicholson will take most of the set pieces with his left foot. Met at the back post by the downward header, which took a flick on its way into the side netting as Chris Robertson got his head on it.
Yeah, good deep corner coming in. I'm just not sure if they just both get in each other's way a little bit there. I think Robertson's coming in to attack it.
Decision was that it just flicked off Owusu on its way behind. Manser with this corner, that's well defended. Terrell Forbes got a good clearing touch. Nicholson. Marcus Stewart. That's a free kick. Zabrowski sent flying. Craig Alcott with the foul.
Well, I just think he's sold a little bit short from Marcus Stewart, isn't he? Marcus Stewart's on the left foot. He doesn't want to clear it on his right. He's just trying to tee Alcott up. And he leaves it a little bit short. And once again, really good opportunity.
Left by Stevens, taken by Nicholson, cleared by Skiverton. Chased by Robertson, but put out of play by Peltier. Torquay have a throw.
I'll tell you, Robertson's free on that far post. If he looks up and he just clears everybody, tall defender, the right back, absolutely free on his own.
That was Owusu with the defensive header. Six in the box, Torquay. It's another corner off Peltier. This is excellent pressure from the home side.
That's what Paul Bucklewood wanted his team to do. Leroy Senior was saying, no, start off nice and quick. Try and keep the team under a bit of pressure. A few free kicks, get the crowd behind you.
Nicholson's corner for Torquay. Oh, it's a defensive header which ended up almost teeing up something for Zabrowski.
I think it's played off him, isn't it?
Well, he's scored 10 goals already this season.
Yeah, you can just see he's moving in field. He's always on the move. There you can see him at the top of the screen. Now he's absolutely in. There's a big gap here. I'm just thinking if he takes it forward another few paces, he's in the 18-yard box. who can challenge in them? He hits the targets, that's the main thing, but this is good running off the front man. Use a good chest control, just maybe another touch. But he takes a shot early. At least he tested the keeper.
Torquay with the edge at the moment.
Yeah, decent start. I mean, that's exactly what you want, Steve. You want some set piece, some corners, you know, work the goalkeeper, and you have to say some of their delivery's been really good.
Chris Robertson with the throw. James Walker just crowded out. Hit Peltier. Kept in play by Anthony Barry. Nathan Jones forward. That's Hargreaves. Stevens. Torquay's throw. Jermaine Genus with 2 goals for Tottenham Hotspur. Now 2-0 up against Wigan, managerless at the moment. That one kicked off at 3. And that's another Torquay corner. Just what the home dugout would have wanted, a really bright, positive start.
Yeah, exactly, 4th corners of the game so far, all to them. What Yeovil need to do really is get tight. Just watch Robinson now, he pulls away around the back.
Nicholson's going to take it. There is exactly Robertson in that position, and Skiverton has to get his head on it, and this is corner number 5 coming up.
I'm amazed. Big right back Robinson has done the same thing on every cross. Just pulled away around the back post. If the delivery's right, he's unmarked.
Lee Mansell takes. Cleared that time by Owusu, and here's Peltier looking for Walker. Guyot with the clearance. And that was a Yeovil throw, just came off Danny Stevens.
Yeah, it did. What they're going to do now is just relieve a little bit of pressure. Just take it easy. They know they're going to be under a little bit of pressure early. Try and absorb it, and then really start to play a little bit.
Nathan Jones, who once played in Spain with the clearing throw. Jones again. Stewart forward for Yeovil. Clearance from Nicholson for Torquay. Didier Drogba with that goal for Chelsea. 1-0 up at Stamford Bridge against Everton. Quite late, 71 minutes on the clock, 2 o'clock kickoff at Stamford Bridge. Zabrowski.
It's unlucky. You know, he's trying things. It's just got away from him a little bit. He's always having a look around him, aware. He ran off the ball quite well.
Ellis with a header. Chris Todd forward, cut out by Peltier, given away. Benyon looking for Danny Stevens. Torquay's throw. Anthony Barry couldn't keep it in. Good burst towards the edge of the penalty area by Lee Mansell. Still not clear. This is Zabrowski. Alcock with him. And helped out by Marcus Stewart. The 2 were enough to dispossess the 1. Mansell. That's comfortable for Mildenhall. No question there at the moment. 14 minutes played, and it's been 14 minutes mostly of Torquay United.
Absolutely, they've had all the pressure. The shots, the corners. touch.
Good communication, actually. Top to his keeper. Martin Rice in goal for Torquay today. It's only his second appearance for the club, actually. His first was in the 4th qualifying round of the FA Cup, which Torquay had to play this season. Saved a penalty in a win over Bath City. Simon Rayner is the unlucky goalkeeper to lose his place today. Terrell Forbes for Yeovil. Stewart. Zabrowski in quickly and Stewart. This is Robertson, really a centre-half playing at right back, Chris Robertson. Tony Beddoe, you may remember, another long-serving striker down the divisions. He's back at Torquay. He's a right back now, Tony Beddoe, but he has a hip injury. So Robertson moves from centre-half to right back. He'll be very pleased, Paul Buckle. First managerial job. And he's just, 4 or 5 months into it.
Well, the league table doesn't lie, does it?
No, they're second in the Blue Square Premier. They've already scored more goals than in the whole of last season, and they've already got more points than in the whole of last season. Mind you, they had more chairmen than managers last season, and they had 3 managers. It gives you an impression of the sort of chaos that there was last season here before the new consortium took over and sorted things out. Aaron Lennon with a 3rd goal for Tottenham against Wigan. That's a 3 o'clock kickoff. Also 3 o'clock at Old Trafford. And Ronaldo for Manchester United leading Blackburn by 1-0. This is Kevin Nicholson. Helped on by Benyon towards Zabrowski. Terrell Forbes was wrestling him just that bit too much for the referee's liking, and Andy Penn has given the free kick to Torquay.
I don't think Forbes is much wrong there. He's battling for the ball. Zabrowski's battling for the ball. They're just both doing the same to each other. I think he's unfortunate to give away a free kick there.
Some height here with Chris Todd, Chris Robertson, both forward for the set piece, which is to be taken by Nicholson. Drifted in towards Mildenhall's goal and too close.
Easy take for him, wasn't it? He's really under pressure. You've got to make those set pieces count as well, you know. Make sure the goalkeeper isn't comfortable when he comes out and catches. Pull it away from him.
Do you know, Yeovil are desperate for a home draw in the FA Cup. Remember they played Liverpool down at Hewish Park a few years ago. They haven't had a home draw since. They've had 8 consecutive away draws in the FA Cup. Cristiano Ronaldo with a 2nd goal for Manchester United against Blackburn at Old Trafford, 2-0, 3 o'clock kickoff. The draw for the 2nd round of the FA Cup, by the way, follows live here immediately after this game. If Yeovil are in it, they want to be at home. It's been a long time.
Well, obviously the task is first, make sure you're in it.
Yeah, it's not going their way at the moment. It's goalless, they've been 2nd best. Jones up toward James Walker, beaten in the air by Ellis, clearance by Robertson. This is Peltier for Yeovil. Now Terrell Forbes. Alcott with 2 to beat, and he's done it.
Good recovery as well, Zabrowski. He was one of the players who got beat in the first challenge by Alcock. Did ever so well to get back, got a block in, working both ways, going forward and defending.
Did go behind, and it is going to be a corner.
First one for Yeovil, Steve. Can't seem to get out. They can't keep the ball long enough, and they're not really testing.
They've not been in
Torquay's
great form,
defence.
Mark, have they? I
No.
mean, they've won 1 of their last 9, Yeovil. Had their best season ever in their history last season. But they've had a sort of in and out start to this term. Anthony Barry with the corner kick. Good header, well saved, and driven in by Marcus Stewart. The most experienced goal scorer on the pitch, Marcus Stewart, puts Yeovil Town in front at Plainmoor. It's his 240th career goal, and that is some record.
Oh, it's pretty impressive, isn't it? Probably the most recognisable face on the pitch. As you said before, Predator. Good deep corner, the first one of the game this is for Yeovil. A powering header, but just look at there, Marcus Stewart. He comes from the near post, spins and gets himself in the centre box. There he's in the near post. Now he comes into the danger area where he knows if he gets a knockdown, and that's exactly what he did, in the back of the net.
Terrific header from Guyett here.
Well, the goalkeeper's done ever so well, but he needs a little bit of help from his defence. Stewart gets closed down, but as you see, he keeps his eye on the ball. It's on his favoured left foot anyway, down into the back of the net. The first real period of pressure they've had as well, Yeovil.
Against the run of play, but this is Owusu with Ellis. Needs a bit of help, and he's got some. Anthony Barry again, and that came off Zabrowski. It's Yeovil's throw. Well, quality will out at the end of the day, I suppose, and Marcus Stewart has played at a higher level than anyone else here, and it's his goal. Skiverton forward. Barry to Peltier. And that is a goal kick.
Well, he's playing a little bit deeper these days, isn't he? Just behind the front two, probably ahead of the midfield, and he's got the knowledge and know-how, hasn't he? You know, he's a nice passer of the ball, moves and finds a lot of space.
Well, they'd be delighted,
Yeah.
Russell Slade, because it wasn't a great start to the game from his side, but Marcus Stewart, who turned 35 last week, has put Russell Slade's side in front. Here's Zabrowski, who's been the pick so far for Torquay. Good, well-timed challenge by Alcott. There's Stewart. And Jones.
Found a bit of rhythm now. Oops, spoke too early. Start to play it around a little bit. Marcus Stewart picking up the ball in the midfield. I don't think he should lose heart though, Torquay. It's been a positive start from them. It's just one of those things that happens in football. You know, on the offence, what, 15, 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden the opposition get one attempt at goal. It's in the back of the net.
Almost a mix-up, almost, between Guyett and Skiverton. Robertson. It's a Yeovil throw. James Walker here. Lloyd Owusu. Owusu might be the obvious target for this throw from Jones. Or it could be Walker.